Next up is Ascension 3 Ironclad. Oh wait, this is custom. We don't want custom, we want standard. Yeah, how many times is enough? I don't know. More. Always more. Okay, we have Nia's Lament on offer. We could remove a probably strike card from the deck, or we could take a curse for 16 max HP. Or we could trade out our boss relic, which is generally a bad idea with Ironclad because starting relic is really good. A big factor in determining how valuable this curse for 16 health is seeing where the first shop is, because we want to get rid of that curse potentially very soon. Sometimes it's an injury or something and you just don't care that there's a curse in your deck. It's not that big of a deal. But sometimes it's normality, and your deck is on suicide watch until you get that removed. There's a pretty good path here on the right that that has a shop. We could go around the shop, so it's a good path either way. We're not forced to go to the shop. But we do have an accessible shop we can go to. So that's fine. Do we really need the 16 max HP though? As Ironclad, we have the highest starting health. So we don't super need that. We also have a potential elite snipe. Unfortunately, if we take Nia's Lament and start on this path, we are forced into... I guess we're not forced into the elite because we can take this hallway fight instead. Actually, even if we take that hallway fight, we can still get 3 elites on this path. What a weird path. I was thinking we were forced into the elite, but we're really not. So let's go for the snipe. Snipes are fun. Ironclad is generally the worst class to go for snipes on, because Ironclad, maybe Watcher is, now that Watcher exists, but Ironclad generally like takes 0 damage or even heals from early hallway fights. So taking Nia's Lament, which like trivializes the early hallway fights, is really not that helpful for Ironclad. Particularly on low ascensions where we start at 80. It's like, okay, so great, so we're gonna start at 80, we're gonna heal for 6 here, and we're gonna heal for 6 there. It's like, well, we can't go to 92, so it's not allowed. Okay, so assuming Nia's Lament doesn't work, and we have to dodge this Mega Elite, because those are dangerous, would we be okay with going on this path, or would we rather do Curse for HP and go to the right? Yeah, I think if Nia's Lament doesn't work, we would rather go on the right. But Nia's Lament works like, I believe like 60% of the time when there's 3 question marks. And getting an Act 1 Mega Elite is kind of huge. So I think we're going to go for it. The 16 health is just not that important. Like, health only matters if you die, right? Being at 90 is the same as being at 1 if you beat the heart, so... I think we'll go for it. Pow! One weird trick to killing jawworms in 1 hit. None of these cards are great. Probably Shrug It Off. Shrug It Off is almost always in Ironclad decks. Blocks and draws, what more could you want? Armaments is good if we end up doing a Searing Blow deck. Burning Pact is quite good too, but is a little bit ambitious for Act 1. We're Hexaghost, so Burning Pact does have a little bit extra to do. It could remove the burns. I think it's just Shrug It Off. Keep it simple. Alright, no fight here. I'll go ahead and pay to remove a strike. No fight here either. Let's lose some HP so that we can get it back next floor. I've never taken damage from a Nia's Lament fight, but it'll happen to me at some point. Like, the double Laos fight is probably like the best, most likely fight to deal damage to you. Maybe Lagavulin could do damage if your deck is like somehow super slow. I think we take Cleave. Cleave is decent in Ironclad, and we need to take attacks because we're early in the game. And Cleave is an attack, and we haven't taken any yet, so let's grab it. This one's not a fight either, so we did successfully snipe the Mega Elite here. Feel No Pain is pretty good. Oh, wait. Um, I was thinking Feel No Pain was fire breathing, unbelievably. So I was thinking we could use that to burn down Hexaghost, but that's not really how that fight works. We do have Reaper available. Reaper's great if you strength scale, and even if you don't strength scale, it's still pretty good. Come here. Come here, Coconut. Come here. Alright, she's not coming. That's fine. What else could we do? Sadistic Nature. Ironclad's not great at applying debuffs, so that would be a little bit hard to get working. We could pick Chemical X and look for a Whirlwind. We don't have a Whirlwind yet, so it's a bit speculative. And Ironclad is probably the worst Chemical X class. Although, weirdly, I think Whirlwind is probably the best X-cost card. You can fight me about that one, but there are a lot of good X-cost cards. The block one for Defect is really good, and Malaise is super good. But like Whirlwind is a potentially run-winning card. It's hard to fight Reaper though. Reaper's pretty good, and if we plan on fighting 4 elites in Act 1, we're gonna lose some health, so having a Reaper around to heal up seems like a reasonable plan. Probably a better plan than buying Feel No Pain and seeing if we can make that happen. Unfortunately, Reaper and Akabika are good friends, but they are in the same shop, and I don't have enough money for both. But I think I'll just grab Reaper. Taking an upgrade here, probably on Bash or Cleave. Cleave doesn't get a ton of extra damage, but it does do extra damage. Yeah, I think I'll go for Cleave. This is sort of an optimizing for elites plan, because if you upgrade Bash, then you have to wake up Lagavulin with it, and that's kind of inconvenient. So keeping Bash unupgraded is good, and then Cleave is optimizing for sentries. So we're optimizing for 2 elites at once. Speaking of sentries, there it is. We've got Art of War. It's a bit of a pivot for the deck. Ironclad decks mostly like to play a lot of attacks. Art of War is a little bit difficult to play. Probably taking Headbutt here. I like Headbutt quite a bit. We can Headbutt our Cleave. We could take Carnage. Carnage is pretty reasonable. It's good at elite fights. We don't have any strength scaling yet, so I'm kind of against Heavy Blade. If it was a Sword Boomerang, I could consider picking that. Sword Boomerang makes me feel a little bit less committed than Heavy Blade. Heavy Blade's just so expensive. Headbutt lets you do lots of silly things. You never feel bad for having a Headbutt. We do also have Shrug It Off, so we can Headbutt a card, Shrug It Off, and to draw the card and then play the card, which is pretty nice. Take another upgrade here because we're at max HP. So now we are more likely to encounter Lagavulin and Gremlin Knob, so we should consider those things. Headbutt only gets 3 damage, so Bash is quite a bit better than it. 2 damage and a vulnerable. Shrug It Off, I think, is insufficiently afraid of Gremlin Knob. I think we're going to take Bash. I think we're a little bit afraid of Gremlin Knob here, so we're going to optimize for him over Lagavulin. We are max HP though, so we're not like too afraid. Just a little bit more HP. Unfortunately, we did immediately find Lagavulin. So if we hadn't upgraded Bash, we would probably Shrug It Off and look for Bash here. Since we did upgrade Bash, maybe we just wake him up now. This is not a terrible wake up. If we just play no cards though, we get to trigger Art of War for next turn. And then we could potentially like Bash Headbutt Strike next turn. Alright. We'll give that a chance to happen. Hey, there it is. Plate outs, sometimes good things happen. Do we want another shot at Bash, or do we want to shrug it off next turn? I think shrug it off, probably. He's going to be vulnerable for a while. We can just draw back to Bash, eventually. Probably shrug it off, double strike. Let's see what it draws. Yeah. You block for 5, giving up 9 damage. I think I'll have the 9 damage. We need to make that Lagavulin dead. Here's Bash coming back around. I don't know if we want it yet. I guess I want him to be vulnerable next turn. So we'll just Bash him. Cleave Reaper seems okay. If we bash, though, we're way more likely to get lethal next turn. So if we bash, we do 15 damage, he goes to 22. And then our attacks are doing 6 damage, I believe. Yeah, they go 4 and then vulnerable. Oh, wait. It says the elites are dead layer. Is this one... Does he give us -2 strength, or is it still -1? -1 was nice, but I guess I'll assume it's -2. So if he's at 22, then that is pretty far out of our range for next turn lethal. We're not getting it next turn. So I'll just Reaper. Get the health while I can. It is -1. So I guess the elites get harder again later. Let's headbutt back Bash. I think probably Bash Strike is lethal for next turn. So Bash Strike is going to do 9, 14. Yeah, 9 goes to 14. No, it doesn't. 9 goes to 13. So he's going to do 13 plus 5 goes to 8. No, 5 goes to 7. Yep. So 13 plus 7 is 20 damage next turn. So as long as we do Headbutt now, we will have lethal. So let's Shrug first, because we don't want to draw the Headbutt card, because we're going to Shrug defend Headbutt. Take back the Bash, and get guaranteed lethal next turn. Alright, took quite a bit of damage this fight, but not too bad. War Paint's great. Duplication Potion is 2. Here's another shot at Feel No Pain. Feel No Pain is insane in the Sentry fight, and the next fight has a 50% chance of being Sentries. If that one isn't Sentries, this one does too. Are we realistically fighting both of these, or should we go to this question mark? Because if we fight this fight, we are committed to doing both, which could kill us and drop us back down to Ascension 2, which we just got out of. What is our relics say that Feel No Pain is great. Feel No Pain pushes us down one of the paths that Ironclad has available for not playing a ton of attacks, which is like playing a lot of defensive and exhausting cards, potentially with Corruption, to generate block, and maybe do like a Juggernaut thing, where we're just playing Feel No Pain, Juggernaut, and exhausting a bunch of cards to scale our block and damage. That works well with Art of War. And then our current deck has Headbutt in it. Headbutt is a good participant in those combo decks, so you can have a card like the card that blocks for 15 and generates 2 wounds, and then Headbutt that back so that you can generate more statuses to exhaust. We also have Reaper, so we can have Reaper block a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll take it. We're not like super committed to it, but it would be nice to go that direction. I think I will go for the elites. We've got a bunch of health. Got a duplication potion. We might survive. There's a decent chance we die though. Maybe this isn't worth it. So last fight was Lagavulin. So this fight's either Gremlin Knob or Sentries. We're pretty good against Sentries, especially with the Feel No Pain pick. I'm not too afraid of Gremlin Knob either. We took Bash upgrade. We should be okay. We've got Duplication Potion. This is an easy pool fight. I forgot that was happening. But yeah, we sniped him, so we'd only fought 2 Easy pool fights before that, and then this is not a fight, that's not a fight, that's not a fight. So yep, this is our last easy pool fight. Well, I was planning on this being a hard pool fight, so this line's a lot easier than I thought. Alright, Shrug It Off Defend blocks out. We probably want to Reaper. Maybe we should have saved the front slime for Reaper value. That seems a little bit ambitious. We can't Headbutt Reaper because it's not in the discard. We could win this turn, but I think I will choose not to. We'll set him low so that we can kill him if we need to, but I would prefer to Reaper first. Oh. Alright, there's Juggernaut. Alright, yeah. I mean, if you get Juggernaut and Feel No Pain, that's kinda... You should be doing that thing, right? So let's do that thing. It's great in this fight. Okay, we would heal for 12 and go to 75, which seems good. And we could still play Cleave, which is top tier in the fight. Or 85 is what I meant to say. We do take 10 to do that. Oh, so this is what I meant by Elites Get Deadlier. These guys were doing 9 damage last Ascension, so they're doing 10 now. We have to play Feel No Pain. It is non-optional in this fight. We have to play it the first shuffle. So we'll play it now. And then I guess we'll take max block since we're not killing anybody. Alright, Shrug It Off blocks out. It also causes a shuffle. Would we rather shuffle? No, we'd rather Headbutt and then Shrug It Off and play the card. Probably Juggernaut, so that we get the full combo going. Feels bad to miss the strikes, but I think it's worth it. Also, apparently we're just going to continue drawing all the strikes we need forever. I believe this is lethal. I'll just let it happen. Okay. That was a way more fun way of doing it. We barely lost any health at all in that fight. In fact, I think we healed. Yeah, we healed for 1 in that fight, so... Doesn't count as perfect because we took damage, but we healed for 12 on turn 1, so... pretty good fight. This says Exhaust, that also says Exhaust. We have Feel No Pain, so we should probably do one of those. Hexaghost is a great disarm target, so let's plan on that. Neither Gremlin Knob nor Lagavulin are good disarm targets, but whatever. You can't win them all. Speaking of not being able to win them all, we are taking damage this turn. We can block for... Actually, we can block for 5, so we can take 1 damage. Sure. And we'll target the one who's buffing, because he's a bigger threat. We can Reaper, but we can't Reaper double defend. I think we'll double defend and strike the low one. We'll shuffle back to Reaper, probably, in this fight. We're not finishing it off super fast, so... maybe we... Headbutt, Cleave, Defend Plus, and get the Reaper next turn. So when we block for 8 and take 10. Not ideal, but it's not terrible either. None of these say Exhaust. Wild Strike does give us a status that we can use like Second Wind and stuff to exhaust later. And we're probably a little bit too slow against both Gremlin Knob and Hexaghost right now. So Wild Strike speeds this up quite a bit. is Lagavulin again. Well, now we've got a bunch of powers that we want to develop before we wake up Lagavulin. We can Liquid Memories back the Bash on a future turn, if we would like to wake him up that way. 0 mana Bash seems like a good way to do it. Yeah, we can 0 mana Bash, Wild Strike, and Disarm this turn, as well as Strike, I guess. And technically Defend Plus also does 5 damage, so that's something. We're not developing Feel No Pain before we wake him up. I think that's okay. I guess we would have done more damage if we played the 2 defensive cards rather than the Disarm. But Disarm blocks for a lot, so I don't mind it. We can't actually exhaust anything, so Feel No Pain isn't really doing anything. This is probably the Skill Potion as well. We can Headbutt to put Shrug It Off back on top. And Cleave does a bunch of damage. So I guess we're playing all the non-power things. He is attacking next turn. Maybe we'll save the skill pot for Hexaghost. No, there's some pretty good hits in there right now. Yeah, Flame Barrier is one of them. Okay, great. Do we have Lethal? 16 plus 9? We do. We're skipping Reaper, but that's okay. We're getting lots of damage. Vajra is pretty good with whatchamacallit, Reaper. Rampage gives us some scaling, which would be nice. Also, Rampage is kind of lets us live a dream. If we end up like exhausting all the cards in the deck except for Rampage, then we just like Rampage repeatedly. And we won't want to be exhausting cards because we have Feel No Pain Juggernaut. I wish that one of these cards let me exhaust things. I wish we had like a True Grit or a Second Wind or something available here, but we don't. So I don't mind playing Rampage. We do have a Duplication Potion, so it's good in the next fight too, which is pretty important. Okay. Alright, I think we're done taking damage for a while. Upgrade that. Maybe Feel No Pain. Maybe Disarm. The next fight, Disarm Plus is pretty good. We're also going into Hexaghost with a ton of health, which is kind of scary in and of itself. We might need to burn the Swiftbot on turn 2. Oh, we found Disarm super early. Maybe that's not true. I think I like developing the power, getting Rampage starting to stack, and Disarm him. We also have Headbutt Rampage, which is a nice little combo. Yeah, he would have been attacking for 7 times 6 if we didn't reduce his strength here. Pretty scary. Let's draw some cards. We're pretty unprepared for this turn. Only 1 defend. Well, we have to play the defend, because otherwise we're taking 24 damage. And I guess we're headbutting the Rampage back and playing Cleave. I don't know. Seems like a bad turn. I want to play both Juggernaut and Rampage, but then we don't block out. If we Juggernaut defend, we deal 5 damage. We can't skip a Rampage though. In fact, I think I want to just Duplication Potion Rampage. I'll just take 3 to develop Juggernaut, it's not a big deal. Alright, so now this blocks out and does a bunch of damage. It's probably about the best turn we'll see to do Reaper. I guess let's do it. We have not played Rampage yet, so we can't headbutt it back. But we can bash to set up for it. So let's do that. And then block. And do some Juggernaut damage. Alright, Rampage is getting strong. Looks like we're about on track here. Bash Rampage certainly helps. Oh, that makes us skip Headbutt, though. Do we Bash Rampage, or do we Rampage Headbutt Strike? So Rampage is doing 29 now. Next turn, it's going to do 34. 29 plus 34 is 63. 63 plus that's lethal. Okay, so we take 5 to do it, but that's fine. Yeah, it's way more than Bash, because it's double Rampage, and Rampage is doing all the damage, so. Double is more than 1.5 times. Okay, we got there. Limit Break's great, so is Impervious. We have Vajra, so Limit Break always does something, which is a pretty big milestone for a Limit Break. Especially if we're trying to like exhaust all the cards in the deck. Having that combo be either Rampage or Limit Break, it gives me something extra to headbutt if we upgrade it. So we'd go up to 2 strength and then up to 4. It's actually not that impressive, huh? So maybe we just take Impervious. Impervious is good with the Feel No Pain thing. Also, Impervious is just good. Yeah, we don't really need it. Like, Limit Break is kind of a second card in the Rampage slot, where it's like, play this over and over to, you know, scale up and win the fight. But, like, they do it in different ways, and Rampage does it stronger. Because we don't have any Inflame or anything, so Limit Break is starting at 1. Like, Limit Break is stronger if you play it, you know, 100 times, right? Because it doubles rather than increasing by 5, but Rampage starts at 8 damage, which is like, you know, if we're in like the birds fight, you know, being able to like, that's the difference between knocking down the bird and not, which is pretty big. If your turns are either Rampage or Limit Break Strike, how long does it take Limit Break Strike to outpace Rampage? So like, you start out with Rampage doing 9 with 1 strength, and Limit Break Strike doing 8. So Limit Break Strike is catching right up. But then next time Rampage does 14, and Limit Break Strike does 10. So Rampage is ahead by 5. And then the next time Rampage does 19, Limit Break Strike does 14. So it gets ahead by 10. Yeah, Rampage it scales up quite a bit faster. And Limit Break Strike is 2 energy, whereas Rampage is 1. So I think we just take Impervious. Because Limit Break requires us to skip Impervious too, right? It's like a scaling dream that is up against like a solid card that helps me win with the deck I have right now. I think Brutality's bad. Brutality's excellent if we get, what is it, Runic Cube? But that's not guaranteed. And then like Tungsten Rod or something, but Impervious is good right now. And then there's no Runic Cube. Velvet Choker is one of my go-to best of boss relic cards, so in the absence of like an anger or something that makes me think, I am actually going to want to play 12 cards a turn. It seems like Velvet Choker is the pretty obvious pick here. We could pick Pandora's Box. All of our stuff is unupgraded. We don't have an egg or anything that makes it super good. We do have one upgraded defend as well. If we pick Pandora's Box, maybe we get like the strike that adds a daze to your deck or other exhaust synergy cards. We get like a shockwave or something. You do tend to upgrade your cards quite a bit when you Pandora's Box, but it's not very reliable. And honestly, we need the defends to trigger Juggernaut and, you know, block. And Slaver's Collar is like Velvet Choker, but worse. It's only doesn't work in hallway fights, just quite a bit worse than sometimes you can't play another card, but like very rarely. So I think it's Velvet Choker by a mile here. Alright, we've got Collector. We have 300 gold, so it would be nice to go to a shop. Here's a shop. It's surrounded by question marks. Act 2 question marks are great. These routes are bad. No good paths available. All these paths have sort of 2 elite fights on it. If we take this shop, we actually probably only get 1 elite, this one. Because we're tempted by these 3 fires to go right. 4 fires, wow. Okay, so maybe that is a good route. Maybe I'm just looking for elites and not seeing the fires because of it. But the fires are another way you can power up. Okay, so let's go this way. It's gonna look like we're not getting very many relics again, but it will be good. I guess we're impervious disarm headbutting. It's kind of a weird line. We're definitely doing this. And we're definitely headbutting nothing. I could strike instead of disarm. If I don't think I'm going to be able to block next turn, I should disarm them. And we kind of blew the big block card on turn 1. Let's get the damage while we have the block. We'll next turn solve next turn. Alright, we have Cleave, Rampage, Strike is the max like single target damage. Maybe Reaper is good here, although it doesn't heal at all. Because we're at max health. We don't actually have any Feel No Pain combo cards yet. So there's not really any value to playing Feel No Pain. And this fight tends to be pretty quick, so I think we need to keep up. This does 3 more damage total, but this does more damage to Mugger. It does enough damage to Mugger that if my next hand is like Juggernaut and 3 defends, I can still kill him. I'm not sure how... Or Juggernaut, 3 defends and a Shrug It Off. I can kill him with the Juggernaut damage. Oh, I guess we just like have an extra energy, so I'll play it. I guess I could have blocked with it too. I wasn't really thinking about that. Alright, we're gonna strike you to death. And I think we're gonna set up Bash on this looter and defend. Okay. Well, now we've got a little bit of health to heal. Sword Boomerang is a little bit better now that we have a Vajra. Although I didn't actually see a Sword Boomerang earlier, I saw Heavy Blade and talked about Sword Boomerang. Wild Strike gives me another wound to power up the theoretical second wind, which we don't have yet. I think we're gonna cool it on that a little bit. We've got enough damage, so I think we'll just skip. This is our last easy pool fight of the act. It seems like Juggernaut Rampage Headbutt is good. Reaper doesn't actually heal there because of the armor. Defend, Rampage, and then probably Cleave, giving up 1 damage to not get a wound in the deck. sometimes. Max block is feel no pain, disarm, defend. Disarm blocks for 3 just because feel no pain. If we do strike, strike, defend, we take a ton of damage, take 18 damage. I mean, we're taking a ton of damage anyway, but we at least set up 14 damage for next turn to get bash strike lethal. It's 11 plus 7 is 18. So yeah, we have to play both strikes if we want to get lethal next turn. Okay, so both defend and feel no pain, disarm block for 3. So I'll play feel no pain, disarm just to get both of these out of the deck. Okay. There's a Dark Embrace. But there's the second wind. I don't think I can really take Dark Embrace over the second wind. We want both eventually, but we need the second wind really badly to make the deck work. So let's take it. Man, I want both though, but we need second wind right now. Do we want to be vampire? I think almost certainly yes. We have plenty of max HP, so we're not losing any current HP when we do this. We get a bunch of healing. What's wrong with that? This is a bit of a decision point. We could go left. No, there's no reason to go left. Let's go to the shop. Wow. Membership card, self-forming clay. Jeez. Let's buy a membership card. This is free, so in fact it's better than free. Second chance at limit break, but I think I still don't like it for all the reasons I cited previously. We could grab Pantograph. Since we have less max HP now, Pantograph heals us for an increasing portion of our current HP. Or an increased portion, I suppose. Self-forming clay triggers Juggernaut a lot. But not as many times as you might think. It triggers it just once, but it's still really good. Self-forming clay card remove is pretty reasonable. What are we removing? Gosh, all these cards are good. Maybe a bite? No, it has to be a defend, right? If we remove a defend, if we free up more room for shrug it off type things. So let's do that. He said, have a nice day. I thought he said, I like clay. I was like, but I just bought your clay. Why did you give it to me if you like it so much? A little bit late for this event. I think we actually just remove a card here, because we're only getting 2 defense upgraded. I almost never remove a card here, but we already became a vampire, so. We only heal for 12, and we've got quite a few campfires to go through here, so I think we're going to take an upgrade. Probably Rampage, because it's a lot of our damage. We're going to run into a little bit of a problem where we need Second Wind to be exhausting a lot of things, to proc Feel No Pain and Juggernaut, but we like only have attacks, so there's just not that much for it to do. It gets the wound from Wild Strike repeatedly, but yeah. Okay, let's take Rampage. We need to scale up against Collector. I'm not quite ready for that fight yet. Okay, great. We've got 3 slots, so come on in. We've got another fire before the elite, so maybe this this guy takes a little bit of health and we can heal it. Let's get another smith here. We don't really need the Feel No Pain upgrade. The only time Feel No Pain is triggering is with Second Wind, so we're kind of getting 8 block per card removed. I'll go ahead and upgrade Juggernaut though. It's pretty important to get Juggernaut upgraded if that's going to be a source of damage. And Chaku, okay, sure. Seems better than Sapphire Key. Bash, Rampage, Bite seems like a pretty good start. Disarm is pretty reasonable in this fight too. We are getting Sneckoed on turn 1. These are always happening, and then it's either Disarm or Bite. I guess Disarm I would expect to end the fight with more health. But with Bite I would expect the fight to end sooner, because we're doing 12 damage right now. And we do heal too. Bite's a little bit more guaranteed, but I think I'll take Disarm. I suppose it could have saved Disarm for Feel No Pain later as well. 0 mana Juggernaut, I like that. I think we'll save the Impervious. Snecko can have some pretty big attack turns after we become vulnerable, so we might need it. It does cost 7 health right now, but that's okay. Everything costs 2, except for Reaper. Reaper didn't get the message. We can headbutt something, probably Rampage. Headbutt Rampage, Second Wind to exhaust, defend. Blocks for 8, that seems fine. 0 mana Rampage, okay. Looks like we have lethal. Great. Flame Barrier seems really good. Let's grab that. Okay, so now we still don't need to rest because we healed off that fight, so I guess we're just upgrading a card. Probably Flame Barrier. Maybe a Bite. I think it's Flame Barrier. Maybe it's Impervious. Blocking for an extra 10 is a pretty big deal. But, no, I think it's Flame Barrier. It just happens more times in a fight, and it's a really good upgrade. Alright, it's time for our first Act 2 Elite. Got quite a few upgrades coming into this, so we're probably in pretty good shape. Max block here is Feel No Pain, Reaper Defend, which blocks for 8. Still take 2. It's probably the strength pot, right? Probably want to save Reaper for later in the fight. So then it's probably like strength pot, Bite, Headbutt, Feel No Pain, Defend. Yeah. Plus we can just kill Sneaky Gremlin. I don't have to worry about taking damage. Alright, next priority is Gremlin Wizard. Need to get him soon. We also need to block quite a bit this turn. Alright, Cleave is great in the fight. Good to set up Disarm when you can. And pretty happy to Wild Strike now that we have the Second Wind. Pretty much never a bad call here. So Juggernaut Second Wind blocks a little bit. It's probably Juggernaut Second Wind Bite. It's possible we could kill him if this is like a... No, it's not possible. 13, 15 is 28, so this would need to do like 70 damage somehow. No, so we'll just block. And try to heal back up. We want to heal up, but we also want to end the fight, so let's do both. We probably want to Reaper before we end the fight. So let's set it up so that Reaper kills him. Reaper currently does 10 damage. So if we do this, then Gremlin Leader dies to Reaper next turn. And then we just need to block. Okay. And we did draw Reaper. Okay. So we want to bite and headbutt before we Reaper. Oh no, these do too much damage. So we'll just bite. I guess I'll headbutt to get Nunchaku back around. Soonish. Oh wait, that cost me health. Why did I do that? Second wind? Does that give it a third wind? Maybe the fourth wind? Italicize is quite good with Juggernaut. I think I'd take it over an additional copy of Second Wind. Although we also have Heart of Iron, which does basically the same thing as Metallicize. But better, and as a potion. But potions you only can use once, so... I think I'll Metallicize. Alright, we've got to maintain most of our health, so we get to take an upgrade here. Metallicize's upgrade is a pretty big deal. It's a 33% upgrade. It does force us into a shop here, but Evolve is potentially part of the Feel No Pain combo package. It's Evolve over card remove, though. Let's see, what card would we remove? I'm getting a little afraid of removing all my defends. Maybe we should just take Evolve, Shrug It Off. I think I like Evolve, Shrug It Off. We need to get an upgrade for Evolve at some point. And maybe that point is right now. Looks like we can afford an upgrade. So now we want to generate a ton of statuses, and exhaust a ton of statuses, and do a bunch of weird damagey stuff. We could have Second Wind, Exhaust, Evolve, but that's our only way of blocking this turn. Feel No Pain, Second Wind, and then I guess Rampage, Bite. It's kind of scary. Let's drink the Metallicize potion. We don't really need Evolve in the fight, so I'm pretty happy to get it exhausted. And then we have to play Rampage. Are we killing the Torchheads, or are we waiting for Stone Calendar to do it? I think Stone Calendar is too slow. Let's kill at least one of them. Juggernaut Impervious seems good this turn. Can we get away with Juggernaut Flame Barrier? For 16 plus 3? No, we cannot. Alright, let's Metallicize and Shrug It Off. And then Shrug It Off again. And I think we can headbutt a Rampage. So let's do that. And bite this guy to death. Alright, now we're getting lots of debuffs, which is going to be tricky. Let's draw a card. Okay. That was really foolish. Now he's going to summon 2. He would have summoned 1 if I just didn't kill the second one. It's okay, we have Stone Calendar going off next turn. It's not a big deal. We can headbutt the Rampage again, but we can't draw it. I think we're going to use the attack potion to try and kill this Torchhead. We'd have to do quite a bit of damage. But if we get like an Iron Wave, we're actually pretty happy about that too. Bludgeon does quite a bit of damage. Alright, so he's dying at the end of the turn. Seems like we need to Reaper whenever we have a shot to do that. Maybe we need to disarm this turn. We could do like disarm, defend, bite, rampage. We're definitely rampaging collector. Okay, let's do bite plan. There's bludgeon come back again. That does a lot of damage, so I guess we'll do it. And we'll try to heal a little bit. Let's try and block out. And heal. Can we get Rampage back? We can't. Oh wait, there's no point in healing. We're still heal the full at the end of acts. So we don't have to worry about that. We'll just kill him. Forgot about that. We could have a bludgeon of our very own, or second immolate, impervious, or an immolate. We don't have very much AoE, but I think we need that second impervious. We need cards like that. Because we're building around having lots of sources of block. And cards that exhaust and stuff. Although Immolate also gives us a status card that we can exhaust. Second win. Immolate's also just so good. Yeah, we also have Evolve now, so we need status generators. Okay, we'll take Immolate. We're probably pretty good on potions. We've got a Fairy bottle. So we could take Sozu now. Sorry, what was our Act 1 boss relic? There it is, Velvet Choker. Right, so we have some energy. It's possible we skip here. These all have downsides, and we already have an energy relic. 4 has felt a little bit low sometimes, though. The danger in taking 2 energy relics when one of them is Velvet Choker, though, is you start to really feel that Velvet Choker pulling on you. When you have 5 energy and you can only play 6 cards a turn. We haven't taken any 0-cost cards, and we don't have any, like, Mummified Hand or anything. So it's not that big of a deal. I wish that we had the energy relic that puts wounds in your deck. That would be amazing in this deck. Do we need upgrades still? We've got quite a few of them. Would be nice to get a Feel No Pain upgrade. We don't really need upgrades. We could take the Fusion Hammer. Yeah, I could see taking either of these. I think Philosopher's Stone is probably the worst one here. But I think they're all better than Skip, probably. I think it's probably Fusion Hammer. We could still rest at campsites, so... Not getting potions is a pretty big deal. Donu Deka is our first and only Act 3 boss, because we are not on Ascension 20 anymore. We have already fought our Mega Elite, so we don't have to worry about that. We probably need some fires. We're only getting 2 extra fires, and we have to go on one of these routes to get it. It seems hard to get here, because there's 3 hallway fights before it. But this lets us rest up before the Elite, and then after. So that seems good, let's go right. Do we go to the shop, or do we go through the fights? Probably through the fights, but we'll decide when we get here. Classic Act 3 Darklings. We don't need any health right now, so we'll just Juggernaut and Metallicize, because that's a good combo. I guess I'll take the damage over the disarm. No, disarm's important. Oh wait, we can play them all. 5 energy. We would probably want to play Evolve before Shrug It Off, because there's a wound that we could go get. So let's do that. Rampage, I guess Bash Rampage is probably better than Rampage Double Bite. It does a bunch of damage, and we can't heal, so the bites are worse than normal. Alright. We're only getting attacked for 20 next turn. We already blocked for 9, so Flame Barrier blocked out. Probably feel no pain, Flame Barrier, Bite Cleave. Sure. Knock down the strong one. Seems good. Probably want to exit this fight at full health, now that we've sort of taken control of it. Which means we need to get to biting. Oh shit, I just won. Ah, crap. I'm gonna reset the fight. Nope, need to finish this fight at full health. That's... Otherwise it's a misplay. Okay. I thought I was safe, but I wasn't. I don't know why I put the damage and the metallicize and the disarm on the same target, but that's what I did the first time, so... Just repeating the fate. Not trying to improve. Okay, so this is the mistake turn, where I accidentally won. Why did I win? I don't understand. Oh, I got... Right, because second wind gives you multiple sources of block. Because I get block for exhausting this and block from second wind. So you get 2 procs of Juggernaut, so I would get 3 total, because I get 1 at the end of the turn with the metallicize. Okay, time for some bites. Bite. Bite. Paper. Alright, now we're at full health, so we can end the fight. Great. Sentinel Plus. We have a way of exhausting it. We have second wind. Can we do anything with that energy? That's a lot of energy. I think we can't. We already have 5 energy, just naturally, and we have Velvet Choker, so I'm a little afraid of getting more. So I think we skip here. Okay, got some shapes. If we immolate, we take 4 damage from the spiker. But then we can heal that damage by double biting the exploder to death. 16 plus 22, yeah. Okay. I guess I'll take a bite back. I'm not... Oh wait, shoot, he hit me. I didn't see that coming. Okay, well he hit me, so that means I can bite him. Because I get block. Let's go ahead and Juggernaut. I don't really want to fight a spiker for very long. We could have gotten 1 extra health, but we'd have had to take some risk to do it. Wild Strike Plus is great. We need those wounds. We have Evolve Plus, so they just draw us cards. Blessing of the Forge is pretty good, but Ancient Potion is also pretty good. I should have used the Blessing of the Forge already. I think we're dodging the shop here. There's a later shop too. We're forced into this one, so we'll just take the fights. We did get a fight in a question mark room, so these are both going to be hard pool, but hard pool and easy pool are basically the same thing in Act 3, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, this is the same as the Shapes fight, except one of them's a Spirit Guardian now. It's like, oh, okay, pretty much the same. Spirit Guardian is slightly harder, but... we have Rampage Headbutt. That's pretty nice. If we cleave, we take 4 damage, but then we get 3 blocks, so it basically washes out and does a bunch of AoE damage. Let's draw a card. There's Juggernaut, so now we can Juggernaut Impervious. Let's see, we don't need Impervious, we can just Juggernaut, shrug it off, and get enough block. And then we can still fit Rampage. Let's see, so we're blocking for 22, they are attacking for 24. I kind of want to leave the Repulsor alive though, because he gives me dazes, which like make me proc like crazy. But I guess I want to finish the fight at full health. I'm already healing up to full, so if I take 2 damage, all I have to do is bite once to get back to full. Yeah, I think I like hitting the Spirit Guardian. Alright, if we immolate, we take 5, and we don't kill the Spiker. Nor do we kill the Spirit Guardian. Immolate double bite doesn't do it either, it's 38 damage, he's at 49. So I think we're just trying to gain block this turn. And I guess biting the Spirit Guardian? Feel No Pain's great. Let's disarm the Spiker. Ah, crap, we killed the... Alright, it was bound to happen eventually. Okay. We can't block for 10, but... And Reaper is actually not healing us for that much, so we could double bite and then Reaper to win the... That doesn't quite win the fight because it leaves Spiker alive. I guess he dies, so I end of turn Metallicize. Yeah, we gain 10 and lose 10 here. Okay, we can't prevent ourselves from winning the fight. Not too bad. Another Feel No Pain. I think that's certainly in the deck. We need more exhaust stuff. Not quite online yet, which is scary because we're in Act 3. We have 5 energy and 5 cards, and they all cost 1, so let's play them all. Take a bunch of damage. This turn can be the Ancient Pot, if he ever decides to use his debuff. Yeah, I think Ancient Pot is worth his entire turn. Impervious blocks him out. We could Second Wind to also block out. Actually, it doesn't quite do it. Flame Barrier Second Wind does, but then we're exhausting Impervious anyway. Let's have it back and bite. Looks like we're winning this fight pretty soon. Alright, that'll do it. Havoc is great. We need to exhaust stuff. This is Havoc +2. It's a pretty scary pickup with Velvet Choker, though, because it's 2 cards, and it costs 0, so you're going to be tempted to try and fit it into turns where you're already doing other stuff, and you're not going to be able to do it. So that's scary. I think that actually prevents me from wanting to pick Havoc. I think I'll just pick up another Shrug It Off. We need a couple more of these. Certainly probably want to duplicate the Juggernaut here. I can see duplicating the Feel No Pain. I think Juggernaut's the pick. I need Juggernaut online. Can't smith anymore, so I'll take the key. We get to heal after this fight. I'm pretty sure we're going to win it, so let's take the key. We have to take the key out of this thing too, I almost forgot. Okay. Wild Strike, Bite kills one dagger, Bash, Bite kills the other. Right? Bash is 11, and Bite is going to do... oh my gosh. 12? 11 plus 12 is 23, not quite enough. Okay, so we have to block one of them, so I guess we'll play the defend. So I guess it's Bash, double Bite, defend then. Probably Juggernaut. This is a huge attack. Let's shrug it off first and see what we get. Okay, there's Feel No Pain online. Oh wait, I thought that I was playing Impervious, but I played Juggernaut. The art always confuses me because these are very similar. So we're taking a ton of damage. I'm going to restart the fight because that was not my intention. Should have played Flame Barrier instead. I guess I will Wild Strike this time. Alright, so let's shrug it off to our card. Okay, so then we're going to play Flame Barrier, I think. This fight has wounds, so we should probably play this and then defend. God, I should have dex potted on this turn too. Okay, now we have Juggernaut Impervious. And we can headbutt this guy to death. Get back the... probably the Juggernaut. Start trying to bite back to full. Let's play a Juggernaut and then shrug it off. We have not played a Feel No Pain yet, so that doesn't get me a block. We're not dead, but we're close. This last card is Metallicize. I guess let's drink the deck spot. Better late than never. Feel No Pain, Reaper, Metallicize is the max block. And I guess we can also fit in a Rampage. Looks like we survived. Yeah. Okay. We need lethal this turn, but I think we probably have it. Yep. Well, that was scary. Almost lost the run there. Armaments is another source of block. I think we just skip this. Ice Cream. I don't think we get much out of Ice Cream, and we need to take the key. Probably just set up both powers and play Impervious here. Immolate Cleave is good. And then I guess we're playing 2 of these powers. And getting our Fairy in a Bottle eaten. None of these exhaust, and they don't help the deck do the thing. Blood Potion seems good. It's like one of the best things we could find here. We should have taken that second copy of, whatchamacallit. Ooh, actually, we need Medical Kit, huh? Medical Kit's like, makes the deck go way better. Okay, so let's take Medical Kit and Blood Potion. And then we can afford Dark Embrace and Wild Strike. So let's do that. And then we can still afford Regen Pot. So let's get that too. Okay, pretty big shop. Maybe it's enough to turn this deck around. Let's draw a card. We can't really afford to bite, because if he changes to a bigger attack, we'd have to headbutt. Yeah, let's just settle for setting up here. And then, I guess I won't drink that now, because I'm not dying, but I will drink this now. Okay, play the other Juggernaut and the Impervious and Italicize. He's probably attacking for less if we hit him. It's not a disaster if we get cursed, so let's take the 2 health. Yeah, he's attacking for less. Okay. Alright, Disarm's great here. Oh, we should have played Feel No Pain for it. That's a mistake. Okay, we're blocked out, so I'll just develop the other Feel No Pain. And we should be good from here. Reaper exhausts and gives me health. If I bite and he goes to curse, I have to immolate. That's probably okay. Okay. If I defend, it does 14 damage, but maybe I'm trying not to do damage and so I can get more health out of bites. No, that seems ludicrous. This fight's hard. I should just try to win it. I think we have lethal here, so I think I'm going to take it. Yeah, okay. Well, we healed a lot on that fight, so that's very helpful. I'm not sure what dual wield does in the deck, so I don't think I'm going to pick it. We could pick Bloodletting. We have a lot of regen, but we don't need the extra energy, so we won't. Question mark now or question mark after the fight? This is always a really complicated question. If the question mark is travel directly to the boss, we don't do it. If the question mark is sensory stone, we probably just take one. I think that's a pretty good reason to go before. Heal the full for curse is not too bad. No longer healing as a non-starter. Rare relics are nice. We could probably actually get a lot of health out of the Act 1 boss too, depending on who it is. So let's go for the Act 1 boss. Okay. Let's develop a power and then play a bite a bunch of times. Probably want to play Rampage and Bite, and then I guess I'll play one of the Juggernauts and a Wild Strike. We don't have infinite time, of course. Probably want to break Slime Boss next turn. Ooh, we can't. Crap. Oh wait, we can, because whenever we generate block, we deal damage. So we just need block from a bunch of different sources, and we're breaking. These are kind of high health slimes, though. Not a great break. Immolate's very helpful. Thank you, Immolate. I think we need to break both right now. Although if we do that, are we losing health on the fight? I'm not sure. Let's shrug it off. Okay, so we should just try and execute this one. Take 7, that's fine. Oh, we did execute that one. We go up to 59 when we end the fight, so we can just end the fight now. Don't need that last HP that much. Alright, well that worked well. We take Inflame. How are we killing the heart? We just... Oh wait, we're killing the heart with Juggernaut stuff. Okay. So yeah, we don't take any of these. Alright, we have to block for 9, which is easy. Dazes are good for us, so let's let him daze us to his heart's content. We can't kill Spheric Guardian, and we can't really block. So let's try to shrug it off and see if we can draw more block cards. We cannot. Okay, well I guess I'll develop Juggernaut and I guess it's Bash versus Bite. Bash does more damage. Bite does not heal. Flame Barrier is good here. Doesn't quite block out, but we should be able to fix that in the long term with bites. Is there a Dark Embrace in the deck now? Did we actually find one? Oh, we did. That happened recently, and I apparently forgot. Neat. It's not super important we find another Juggernaut. We already have one in play. So let's just draw a card. Alright, play a bunch of Feel No Pains, and okay, so we can only play a couple of wounds here. We have to block for sort of 17 if we want a Reaper. But that shouldn't be a problem. We can block for 7 per card, so we can block for 21 like this, and then play the Reaper. Oh, I forgot the Reaper blocks as well when it exhausts. Alright, we bite this guy, and then we let Juggernaut kill the last guy. We're full health. Oh, I thought I had Metallicize, but I did not, apparently. Alright, now we're carrying 2 blood potions, kind of unnecessary. Sever Soul is amazing. Gives us a sort of second wind, which is something we need. Also, a second wind that doesn't get exhausted itself. And just a backup copy, because we have a 30-card deck. We have to rest, we don't get anything out of it. Thanks to that Act 1 boss. for giving me all his health. It's probably Juggernaut, Flame Barrier, Bite. Take a bite out of Donu. That's delicious. Is that jelly or blood? I guess we can only block with Defend. And it's probably Bite, Immolate over Bash, Immolate. Just because Bash does not apply any debuffs. I guess I'm playing all these cards. Can't draw anything. I'm getting beat up. Could lose this fight. It's possible. We need to draw more block for sure. Maybe should have headbutted something before I did that. Headbutt Flame Barrier was probably the play. Yeah, I think I need to do that. I need to. Well, I have Blood Potion, so I'm not like in danger of losing the fight. We're taking a lot of damage. Yeah, I think I want to go back and headbutt that. That Flame Barrier. I think that's important. Did that too fast. Saw that I wanted to draw a card, so I did it. What's the problem, Coconut? Who's yelling? Who's yelling? Nobody? Hello. I am streaming, but... so we're going to headbutt back the Flame Barrier, as previously described. And then draw it with Juggernaut. And I think we want to develop the damage on Rampage more than we want to get the health out of Bite. Actually, maybe that's not true. The scaling of Rampage has not really been an important feature of the deck for quite a while. And health is quite important. But it's only 2 health. So I think I'll scale Rampage. Alright, let's try and block, which we should be able to do. I will play another Juggernaut and a Unit to block. Not quite getting to like heart blocking levels of block here. This deck scales up very slowly. It gets there. Okay, so we've blocked out this turn. We need to focus on doing damage to Donu. Or we could just second wind and have a little party. Well, I like parties. This does a lot of damage. Okay. Block for 125 this turn. It's finally paying off. We can Immolate and then Reaper to get some health back. Which also blocks for a bunch because we have some Feel No Pains. Looks like we need to kill Deca, or he's going to hit us. So let's do Cleave Bite to kill him. And then exhaust the burn, I suppose. Daze can exhaust itself. Okay. Not the cleanest fight in the world, but we go to full health after the fight, so whatever. It's Ascension 3. We can handle it. Alright, so this run is going to count as a win because we made it to Act 4, whether or not we beat the heart. Because beating the heart is looking a little sketchy here. Ooh, third Feel No Pain is nice. Feel No Pain Fiend Fire is good. We can't afford that. We can Feel No Pain card remove. Or we could take Liquid Memories. I'm not sure what we're getting with that. Yeah, I think we're just getting rid of a bite here. The defends are pretty important. Alright, got some turn 1 action going on. Cleave seems good. Taking 1 damage to proc self-forming clay is also great. We want to play all these block cards, so we have 1 extra energy. We have to choose between Feel No Pain and Wild Strike. I think Feel No Pain's more important. Taking like 30 damage here. Okay, so we can headbutt something. What are we going to headbutt? Maybe Flame Barrier for next turn? Maybe Second Wind? I guess we need to Impervious this turn. And or turn around. We can turn around pretty easily, so we can Impervious, turn around. Bite him. And still Headbutt and Metallicize. We're skipping Bash, but we're getting back Second Wind, which we may need next turn. Let's develop Evolve before we draw with Shrug It Off. We seem to have run out of block. So I'll turn around with Rampage. And then I guess play both of the attack cards. We can Wild Strike and Reaper. No, that doesn't kill him. We need to do 45 damage if we want to kill him. We only have like 30-ish. We're going to survive with both Blood Potions. Disarm doesn't do anything. I guess Disarm does block for 7. Dark Embrace being at the bottom is pretty painful. So it means we can't draw cards. We could exhaust Juggernaut and Disarm with Sever Soul to block for 14. That seems better than playing Juggernaut. Doesn't heal for much, but it does something. We almost actually got him. Oh, Metallicize could hit him. 50-50. Oh crap. I should have drank a blood potion. I'm pretty sure you don't get to restart the fight for that. But maybe. Yeah, you don't. Let's look at the run history for that so we can eulogize that guy properly. Yeah, it's hard to get Feel No Pain next to work. This does still count as a win because we killed the Act 3 boss. So if we were climbing Ascensions, as we are, Slay the Spire would count that as a win and give us access to the next Ascension. So we'll take it. And the next run will be Silent on Ascension 3 with 1 point. Yeah, it's really tough to get this kind of deck to go. You really need like a consistent source of wounds, which we were kind of missing. We had 2. I guess we had 3 wild strikes and a Immolate. So you need a consistent source of status cards. You need Evolve Plus in play. You need at least one copy of Feel No Pain in play. You need at least one copy of Juggernaut in play, and you need a medical kit, right, to make that little dance happen. Ideally with a Dark Embrace. And to be honest, if you're getting all that to go, you need to not have Velvet Choker too, because we did run into some hand card playing problems there, right? In the Act 3 Elite fight, we had Dark Embrace up and couldn't play all the cards because we had Velvet Choker. I think this would have been a heart kill if I just drank the stupid potions. We would have at least gotten to the heart. We would have gotten to see it, but that is not how it went down.